Ladies and gentlemen, 343 has released their August Halo Infinite update, and it had even more than we thought going into it. There are so many good improvements to Halo Infinite coming today. The new map Dredge makes its way into matchmaking, a reimagining of Halo Reach's countdown, death cams are now movable, the extermination medal is back, the slide mechanic is fixed, heaps of pesky bugs have also been resolved, and the ability to turn off your AI audio has at last come to the game. So let's jump into it, lots to talk about, let's do it. So first and foremost, the new multiplayer map Dredge has entered Halo Infinite matchmaking. Gameplay up on screen now, but I absolutely love it. I think it's one of my favorite Halo Infinite maps, and I think it'll slot really nicely into competitive. A reimagining is a better word than a recreation, because while the layout is very similar, there are some pretty big differences. Halo Infinite Sandbox and the Levolution work really well together, but if I had to rate this map out of 10, I'd give it a 9.5. Now also in this update, 343 have actually made it so your death cam, when you are dead, you can spectate other players now and move it around. Something really confusing happened is that when you die, you still can't move your camera. So you die, you can't move it, you go to a different player, you can move it. It's also very close, like the field of view is very small, so I think 343 needs to back that up a little bit. I also noticed once you move off of your character, you can't come back to your dead body like you could in past Halo games, and if 343 is doing this to give the player more information, those two things really need to be fixed. Now speaking of things that have been fixed, sliding is now fixed, and oh boy did it get a buff. You can now slide off of almost any object and you'll go way further than you did in Season 3. Even if you drop from a further distance, so more height, and you drop off a ledge, you can chain a slide now and it goes way further. All the people who do crazy movement on Halo Infinite are so happy, and so many cool things are going to come of this. 343 also didn't patch super bouncing, so super bouncing is still a thing. If they wanted to patch it, they probably would have fixed it with this update. It may still go in future, but I'm really happy it's still there. Now something I've been requesting for a very long time is an AI toggle. Sometimes your AI can be very distracting and you don't really need it. Some people find it annoying. You now have a toggle to turn it off, so thank you 343 for adding that. Something very specific, but I figured I would test it and see if it actually is fixed. 343 said they fixed a grenade getting stuck in the lift on Plaza/Solitude, but it still happens. I tried it in matchmaking and you can't even shoot it to destroy it. You have to repulse it. Maybe 343 only fixed it for a plasma grenade, but a frag grenade still blocks the lift. Now moving on from that, the patch notes had a lot of other juicy information, a lot of quality of life fixes that I'm so happy 343 have done. A big one is bots will now consistently navigate through 343 industry made forge maps. So if you play Infection and they get stuck on walls or doors or objects that haven't been opened yet, that is finally fixed, hooray. The high-res texture pack is no longer automatically downloaded when installing Halo Infinite, which means it'll stop the game crashing for people who have crashing issues. The Series X has better performance, that's another fantastic change. And if you ever close Halo Infinite and reopen it on Xbox, the quick resume feature now works accurately, so you don't have to hard reset your Xbox or your game, it will just work normally. As I mentioned in the previous video, forgeable water now interacts with player interactions, the pelican drops in BTB are equal, and the extermination medal is back in matchmaking. The only unexpected thing I have seen with this update that's actually a negative is if someone quits the game, a bot will take its place and it will actually kill you in the opening menu screen when it's showing off each player. It is pretty funny, but I hope 343 fixes it because it is a pretty big issue. Now don't get me wrong, that's a damn good update, but it gets even better. 343 made some big announcements to playlists yesterday, specifically Squad Battle. 343 has declared that it's going to be a staple playlist going forward. It's probably going to receive new maps, and because it is so popular, it is here to stay. There is also the brand new Cyber Showdown 2 event, and it might be the best free event Halo Infinite has had. There is 2 different weapon models, both for the BR and for the Sidekick, that are free. There's a pretty cool coding, and there's a really cool weapon charm of the Halo Combat Evolved case. You can play any playlist, any game mode, and finish the event within an hour, so that is some more good news. Now that's not all. 343 has also updated all the playlists. There are now 5 rotational playlists every week, 1 for each of the following categories: Big Team Battle, Arena, Ranked, Doubles, and Free-for-All. So now Free-for-All has a permanent playlist. This is something I asked for, so thank you 343 for adding it. 343 has also adjusted the order of the playlists to provide a more consistent layout week to week. I think you have all the rotationals down the bottom and all the staple playlists up the top, the ones that don't go away. And at the very top, you'll have your event playlist or the featured rotational of the week. It's much better, they're much more accurate, so that's really good too. So how about that, guys? Halo Infinite's mid-season update, I think, is one of the best updates the game has had. The bar keeps on getting raised higher and higher for what is a good update with this game, and I think we've had a pretty solid update every single week week of Season 4, and we have had heaps of fresh new content since Season 3. So I am very happy. I think it's the 12th new map that has come to Halo Infinite this season, which is huge. The fact Squad Battle is going to be supported forever is going to make a lot of people very happy, and I really love the new map Dredge. Countdown was always a great map for me, and I actually like it better with Infinite Sandbox. So a really good update today, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. 343 seems to be hitting out of the park, so let's hope they keep it going. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, I was hot!
No scope. Overkill. Extermination.